name is Sandra Ivantosh, and I'm the president of Park Select. We design customer-specific parking management solutions that are going to work for communities like Briar Waterfront. We really appreciate your consideration. Park Select began in Wilmington, North Carolina over 13 years ago, and since then we've grown to over 5 locations, with 2 more slated for later this year. Unlike other parking management firms, Park Select was created primarily to serve small business owners. Since then, we've grown to serve many property management teams, such as yours, and we realize that there are no 2 businesses or 2 properties that are exactly alike. So there's no single parking plan that's going to optimize every parking lot's performance and potential. So we work closely with our clients to identify their objectives and to target their challenges. After meeting briefly with Benchmark Management Group, we here at Park Select are absolutely convinced that we can provide a parking management solution that's going to identify your tenants and guests more effectively there at Briar Waterfront. Stop your parking violations that are associated with tenants parking outside of their assigned areas or using more spaces than they are assigned. Limit the short-term guest parking to a period of time that's going to work for you, and encourage longer-term guests to register and receive a data guest permit. Provide a reasonable and tenant-friendly alternative to towing enforcement. Help your tenants to understand and obey the parking rules, and of course, lower the liability that's created with unauthorized use of your lot. Not only that, but we believe that we can reach each and every one of those goals with no added labor whatsoever for Benchmark Management Team, no increased liability, no loss of use for your tenants or their guests, and absolutely no cost for our trademark monitoring and enforcement twice a day, Monday through Friday, and 3 to 4 times a day on the weekends when you need it most. So you're probably wondering how Park Select can offer free monitoring and enforcement. Well, really we can't. Our professional uniformed enforcement officers are pretty far from free. You see, our company was founded in response to one question: why should lot owners be forced to hire staff or incur costs just to deter parking violators? And the answer is they shouldn't. And we found that by issuing a moderate invoice directly to the violator, Park Select is able to place the burden of payment where it belongs, on the violator, giving our clients and property management teams an alternative to towing enforcement that actually works. And unlike towing, which still requires the lot owner to self-monitor, our dependable hourly enforcement provides constant agency in parking matters, relieving our clients of the effort and responsibility while still ensuring absolute red line authority. In other words, if a mistake occurs, a simple call or email is all it's going to take to eliminate a Park Select invoice, whereas towing a car back can be somewhat more expensive. And Park Select's unique third-party dispute process is designed to eliminate any predatory practices that can sometimes be associated with towing enforcement. Here's what a couple of our lot owner clients have to say about Park Select's enforcement.
I can't imagine managing the number of properties we have and the parking lots that go with them without a team like Park Select. My life's easier because of them, and I can't put a price on that.
Being a hotel with 150 rooms, people constantly coming and going, Park Select has completely taken that burden off of us, that we can really allow our valet guys who are out here to maintain what they need to be doing with our guest interactions and keeping that up while they're doing kind of the other work for us. So we definitely love having Park Select.
So in the next couple of minutes, I'd like to address how we intend to assist you in achieving your tenant parking goals, your guest parking goals, and what that would mean in enforcement. So let's look at tenant parking. First, we're going to assist Benchmark Management in defining the parking regulations for Briar Waterfront. We're going to design and install the necessary signage, create a mailing and an e-blast that's going to inform the tenants of Park Select's parking management role there at Briar, and allow the tenants to submit their information online to parkselect.com for permitting. Create and maintain in an Excel data bank for Briar your custom permitting system. Now, in regards to guest parking, the first thing we want to do is ensure that our tenants are aware of the guest parking areas and limitations. We're going to install signage or paint the spaces, whichever one is going to work for you or a combination thereof, to effectively identify any guest areas. And then our guys, our enforcement guys, are going to electronically chalk the tires of your short-term guests to make sure that we're limiting the parking periods to what works for you. We're going to encourage tenants to report longer-term guests and hopefully receive a temporary hang tag dated for the guest visit. Now, I'm sure you will agree. The best tenant parking or guest parking plan are simply not going to work without effective enforcement. Park Select's trademark-free enforcement, provided by professional, uniformed, and trained enforcement officers, is really not free. Our reasonable $30 fines that we impose on parking violators, much more reasonable than towing, with less liability than towing enforcement, effectively pays for the services that we're offering you. Why? Because we have over a 70% collections rate. With access to all 50 states' licensed databanks, Park Select goes after our parking violators. Why should you have to pay to teach violators not to violate rules that have been posted? What we've proposed for Briar Cliff Waterfront, we've achieved in several other areas. Our agreements are simple 30-day, month-to-month agreements with no long-term commitment. So if you aren't completely satisfied, there's no risk. As you can see, our clients love us and we love them. And over 13 years, we've